So you track your spending. You've got the apps, you've made the spreadsheets, you've even cut out the lattes. You think your budget is locked down, as airtight as a submarine. But what if I told you that even with all that hard work, there are hidden leaks silently draining your bank account? These aren't the obvious blunders. They're the subtle, quiet traps that even the most careful budgeters fall into. They're the reason you get to the end of the month wondering where your money actually went. They're why you feel like you're running on a financial treadmill. You're working hard, but you're not getting anywhere. Well, that all ends today. In this video, we're going to hunt down the 3 hidden leaks that are sabotaging your financial success. And we're not just going to find them, we're going to plug them for good. The first hidden leak, and honestly it's the most common one for people who are already at budgeting, is what I call the set it and forget it syndrome. Here's the scene. You did the heavy lifting. A year ago, maybe even 2, you sat down and created a budgeting masterpiece. You accounted for your rent, car payment, groceries, utilities, every dollar had a job. And it worked beautifully. For a while. So beautifully, in fact, that you just stopped looking at it. You set it, and you forgot it. Here's the problem. Your budget isn't a stone tablet. It's a living document because your life isn't static. Your financial world is always shifting. When your budget gets stale, it's like using a map from 2010 to get around your city today. You'll be completely lost, hitting traffic on roads that didn't even back then. When your income goes up, but your budget stays the same, that extra money gets sucked into a black hole of lifestyle creep without you even realizing it. You end up spending more on random things, more takeout, more impulse buys, not because you chose to, but because the money was just there. On the flip side, when your expenses creep up, but your budget doesn't change, you create a deficit without even knowing it. You end the month feeling broke and confused, blaming a lack of discipline when the real culprit was just an outdated plan. So, what's the fix? It's simple, but it takes discipline. The scheduled budget audit. You have to schedule a meeting with yourself and your money. Seriously, put it in your calendar like a dentist appointment. Most experts suggest a deep dive review of your budget at least twice a year. You should also review it after any major life event. A new job, a raise, a move, or a new family member. During this audit, you're not just glancing. You're putting your finances under a microscope. Pull up your last 3 months of bank and credit card statements. Compare what you actually spent in each category to what your budget you'd spend. Were you constantly going over on groceries? Time to adjust the budget. Did your utility bills jump 15%? The budget needs to change. Is your income different? Your budget needs to change. By treating your budget like the dynamic tool it is, you shift from a set it and forget it mentality to being an active, engaged manager of your own money. You stop letting cash leak away through old assumptions and start telling it exactly where to go. The second hidden leak is one that haunts even the most organized people, ignoring the financial ghosts in your closet. These are the invisible, irregular expenses that don't hit every month, so they're easy to forget. But when they show up, they can absolutely terrorize your finances. What am I talking about? Things like your annual car registration, your biannual car insurance premium, and here's where it gets you. You're having a great month. You stuck to the plan, paid your bills, and you've got a nice little surplus sitting in your checking account. You're feeling proud on top of the world. Then, bam! An email reminds you that your $600 car insurance premium is due. So what happens? You either raid your emergency fund, which is a huge mistake because a predictable bill isn't an emergency, or you whip out the credit card, promising you'll pay it off next month. But next month has its own surprises, and that balance just sits there, collecting interest and stress. The solution is a game changer, and it's called sinking funds. A sinking fund is just a mini savings account for a specific, predictable future expense. Instead of letting these costs be budget-busting surprises, you turn them into small, manageable monthly payments. Here's how you do it. First, make a list of every single non-monthly expense you can think of for the entire year. It might look something like this. Car insurance, $1,200 per year. Holiday gifts, $600 per year. Annual subscriptions, $240 per year. Car maintenance, $500 per year. Vacation, $2,400 per year. In this example, the total is $4,940. Now, just divide that by 12. That's about $412 a month. That $412 is now a predictable monthly bill you build into your budget. Every single month, you automatically transfer that $412 into a separate high-yield savings account that you label sinking funds. Now, when the car insurance bill arrives, you don't panic. You just transfer the money over and pay it, stress-free. By creating sinking funds, you exercise those financial ghosts. You take away their power to surprise and derail you, turning budgeting from a reactive game of whack-a-mole into a proactive strategy for peace of mind. Okay, quick gut check. Which of these financial ghosts has haunted you the most? Is it the unexpected car repair? The annual subscriptions you forgot about? Let me know in the comments down below. I read every single one, and I'd love to know I'm not the only one who's been ambushed by a forgotten bill. This brings us to our third and maybe the most important mistake: falling into the budgeting on autopilot trap. This is what happens when your budget becomes all about numbers on a spreadsheet and gets totally disconnected from your actual life and your values. It becomes a plan for paying bills, not a plan for building a life you're excited about. Think about it. Many of us see budgeting as a financial diet, focused only on what we can't do. We make the categories, we track the spending, and we try to color inside the lines. The solution is to turn your budget from a restrictive document into an aspirational one. You do this with value-based budgeting. This starts not with your expenses, but with your values. It asks one simple, powerful question: what is most important to you in life? Is it security? Knowing you have a fully funded emergency fund? Is it freedom, with a real plan to be debt-free? Is it adventure, saving for that trip you've always dreamed of? Is it generosity, having the ability to support causes you believe in? Once you know your core values and goals, you audit your budget through that lens. Look at last month's spending. For every dollar you spent, ask yourself, did this purchase move me closer to my goals or further away? Value-based budgeting gives you permission to spend big on the things you love by inspiring you to be ruthless in cutting out the things you don't. It's about aligning every dollar with your vision for the future, making your budget a tool that actively builds the life you want. Alright, let's pull it all together. The three subtle leaks draining your money are the set it and forget it syndrome, where your budget gets stale, the financial ghosts, those irregular expenses that cause chaos, and the budgeting on autopilot trap, where your spending gets disconnected from your goals. These aren't rookie mistakes. These are the traps that even dedicated, experienced budgeters fall into. But now you know what to look for. You have the tools to plug these leaks for good. You can schedule your budget audits, build your sinking funds, and align your spending with what truly matters to you. Look, changing your money habits doesn't happen overnight, and a healthy bank account isn't built in a day. Be patient with yourself, stay on top of it, and be intentional. You now have the knowledge to take full control and make every single dollar you earn work you and your future. If this video gave you a light bulb moment, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Now go take another look at that budget. You've got this.